everyone. Tara Doyle-Enneking here from the Puyallup Sumner Chamber of Commerce, and I'm with Olivia Koelsch of the Koelsch Communities, Retirement Communities. Their latest project is Deer Ridge. Many of us in our chamber community and in our membership, also city leaders, came out for their groundbreaking nearly a year ago. And so here we are, a year later, and we're getting ready to open doors soon. So Olivia, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, Tara. Grateful to be here as well.
You know, we're so grateful. The Koelsch family has been so supportive of the chamber. We have, got to meet with Olivia and some other family members, and they're often at our events and programming. They do a great job. A lot of people already know who they are before they've opened their doors. So when we talk about the way they can come into a community and just really embrace themselves around it, I just think you've done an exemplary job.
Thank you.
Loved seeing you out at our putting contest, out at our golf tournament with the old-fashioned car. That made quite a statement for those of you who were there. That was pretty fun. So we're here to do a member moment with them because they've got some exciting news, and again, they're just progressing along, so we want to hear all about their exciting news. We're here with some photos too that I'm sure she'll share for you on just conceptually how it's all coming together. So excited to hear that. So first, Olivia, I think there's just such a ripe and enriching history of family and the way you've approached building out these communities. Would you mind sharing that with our membership?
Absolutely. So Deer Ridge is part of Koelsch Communities. For those of you who don't know, Koelsch Communities is a family-owned and operated senior housing company since 1958. So we have been serving families for over 60 years. Founders Emmett and Alice Koelsch were actually my grandparents. I'm part of the Koelsch family, and they had some of the biggest hearts I ever met, and so they went into senior housing back in 1958 and passed that influence down to their kids, and their kids passed it on to their kids, and here I am today sharing the same message of treating people with dignity and respect. Those are one of many values that were passed down from my grandparents and that are still a huge part of why we do what we do and why we care for people, because we believe in treating people with dignity and respect. Yeah.
Those are some good pillars to stand on, no doubt. So how many properties are there in the Koelsch community family?
So Koelsch has a total of 35 communities in the nation, one of which is Deer Ridge Memory Care. And for those of you who don't know, Deer Ridge Memory Care is right on South Hill, so we're excited to be coming to town.
And so 35 across the nation, just all over, or West Coast, just all over?
We are mostly on the West Coast. We're as far east as Chicago,
okay.
And as far south as Texas.
Great. Well, this is such a great community to land on. Definitely our profile has been attracting new residents and sort of that, senior, as we're an aging population, Puyallup is certainly a desirable area for many reasons for families to, have their loved ones in this next chapter of their life. And from what I can tell, it looks like you will be providing quite a beautiful setting. Can you talk a little bit about the flavor of what you would get? What does it feel like being a Deer Ridge resident?
Absolutely. So at Deer Ridge Memory Care will be a 70-bed community.
Okay.
So we're fairly large for treating dementia and Alzheimer's. We're very much all about providing a community home-like setting. We're not a clinical setting. We're not a rehab. We're not a hospital. We're a community setting. So when someone comes to stay with us, we want them to feel like home, and hence that plays a big role into how we design the communities outside and in. It's intentional towards memory care, the way it's structurally designed, but it's also intentional to make somebody feel like they're at their own home, they're in the comfort of their own home. And you can see a little bit on the way it's decored on the inside. There's a lot of intentionality there towards that. So we like to say, when you're thinking of coming to live at Deer Ridge Memory Care, you're choosing your forever home, and our staff considers our residents like their family.
Great. talk about some of the amenities that will be on site.
So although we are a community style building, as I mentioned, we're not clinical, we will be offering something very unique and special for our setting, and that is 24-hour on-site licensed nursing. You'll find that to be a very rare attribute, quality that a community like ours would provide. Number one, it's all about quality care for us. Having a trained professional on staff 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's quality of care, and it's also peace of mind for you as the family member, knowing that your loved one is getting that 24-hour oversight, which is very important when it comes to treating Alzheimer's and dementia. So that's one of our amenities. One of the others is our Living Well program. It's basically like our activities program.
Okay.
Our whole intention towards living well is seeing people as unique individuals, looking at their unique background, what really used to light them up, the hobbies, the interests they used to have, perhaps their profession before they came down with the disease of dementia and Alzheimer's. And our goal is to see their unique history and connect them back to the things they used to love but may not be able to participate as easily in because of their disease. Maybe someone loved gardening. Maybe someone played a huge role in their community like Rotary or Kiwanis. And so we find unique ways to connect them back to those things they used to really be a part of and love.
Is there a certain stage when folks are moving there? I mean, are you going to have kind of a gamut of where folks are on the spectrum?
That's a great question.
And is a spouse coming often with them, or what kind of accommodations are being made?
That's a great question. With being such a big community, 70 beds, we have the ability to care for a wide spectrum of people. We can care for somebody who has just been diagnosed. They're still physically healthy, but early on in their memory care journey, all the way to somebody who is at the very tail end of their journey. There's somebody who needs help with every activity in their 24-hour day. So we have the capability to do that, being a home setting, providing 24-hour on-site nursing. It's very possible that we have had couples come in together, both suffering from memory loss, but that is usually rare. Usually it's just one person out of a couple.
And so give us a timeline on some of, what's happening now. Are folks able to apply to live there now, to register?
Yes.
Probably more of my chamber language here, but
that's right. Great question, Tara. So yes, we are taking deposits and reservations now. The reason this is so important is because we are now only roughly 5 months out from being completed. Spots are filling up fast, and our heart is definitely to find those of you in the community who are really at a point where you may not be able to keep your loved one at home anymore for a plethora of reasons, or are looking for that immediate assistance. So please call today. We are officially shooting for a spring of 2021 opening. If you drove past our site on South Hill on 5th Street, you would see a full structure, skeleton structure, along with a roof. We're in the midst of completing our roof right now, and so it's very exciting. It's exciting to see it come to life, and we will be doing what is called Dusty Shoe Tours very soon. That will start up in about a month.
Okay.
And so if you'd like to be a part of those tours, just let me know, and we'll give you a tour of what we've got.
Great. So I know there's also been there's a number of workshops, resources, different offerings you've been making to the community already, and have been this whole year. You've been highlighting some of them in our chamber chatters with us. Talk a little bit about some of those, because I don't think those are obviously not just intended for your residents. These are community resources you're putting out there.
Absolutely. So when I came to Puyallup, I definitely saw a bit of a missing shoe to be filled in the community. Memory care education. Senior education in the area, but I didn't see too much honing in on the world of memory care. And it's definitely a topic that takes a lot of education, and there's always more to learn about it. It's an ever growing knowledge base on the topic of memory care. So we do have a workshop series called Discover Memory Care Workshops. They're once a month on Thursdays at 6 p.m. We used to obviously have it in person, like a lot of things, and there would be complimentary dinner provided. We had such a great group going, and we still do. They're just now virtual, like a lot of things.
Yep.
But we look forward to the day when we can be back in person again, and really have that time to get to know others who have families struggling with the same memory issues. Healthcare professionals are welcome. Anybody is welcome who would like more education on memory care resources.
Great. And so is there also a yoga?
Yes, so we do lots of other fun events outside of Discover Memory Care. We normally have about 3 different events going on a month. A big event that's coming up is the Alzheimer's Walk, which happens every year. The Alzheimer's Association puts this on. It's a whole day, a walk celebrated and supportive of dementia and Alzheimer's. And we raised some funds this year through a yoga fundraiser that's going to be this Saturday at Bradley Lake Park at 10 a.m. If you'd like to join, just call me, and all of those tickets, which are $25 to be a part of our class, go straight to the Alzheimer's Walk. We'll have snacks, drinks, and we'll have plenty of room outside to social distance as well.
So right now, those that are interested, you've piqued their interest, they want to learn more. Prior to the Dusty Shoes tours happening, there is a facility they can meet you at, you or somebody, to learn more about, just to have all of their questions, to flesh out if this is the right community for them. Is that correct? Okay.
Correct. So there's one of 2 places you could meet me at. You could meet me at our physical location, Deer Ridge Memory Care. It is a construction site. As I mentioned, our roof is being completed. Or you could meet me at 615 Pioneer Street, Suite 212. And this is our temporary office location, not even 3 minutes down the road from the Chamber of Commerce.
We're happy to host you here.
Yeah, this is a great place to meet as well.
Great. Well, why don't you show us a few more pictures? I just think it's such a beautiful setting. I hate to...
Absolutely. So this is kind of a smaller one, but this is an idea of what Deer Ridge will look like when it's completed. And
wow.
Then one more for you.
And the color scheme, that's beautiful.
A little bit of the front entrance.
Terrific.
So we're very excited. Our community is what's called a P-style building, and so it's 1 floor, and there is a large center courtyard in the middle as well. So it's all very intentionally designed.
Beautiful. Very beautiful. Well, we're excited for you. I'm going to mention also Deer Ridge, being such great partners, is our presenting sponsor at our Women in Business reception that is still slated for September 17th. We're still working out the details of it being kind of a hybrid model where we'll be able to have some folks in person and then others virtually. But our keynotes are lining up are really exciting. I have a little surprise to mention too that's in the way of a scholarship to some lucky recipient to an Ivy League college for I can't remember if it's a 6 or an 8-week Women in Business Leadership course. So we've got some really great offerings we're excited to bring to the community in the form of Women in Business. So again, Deer Ridge has a lot of women that they've promoted up through the ranks. Tell us a little bit about, is it Eva that will be speaking at our luncheon?
Yes, Eva is our Vice President of Operations and Vice President in the company. Eva's had a very long career, not only in senior housing, but with Koelsch Communities, and she does a fantastic job.
Good. Well, we'll be anxious to hear more from her later in September.
If there's anyone in the community you know that is needing memory care, please, we'd be grateful if you'd share our information. We definitely want to serve and help those in the community that are needing that extra support for their loved ones who are struggling with memory loss. So that's why we've come to town, and my number is 253-625-3104. Feel free to call anytime.
Thank you. Such a lovely person. I look forward to coming back and doing the ribbon cutting with you when that's appropriate, and I'm sure we'll be having some chamber events at your location as well to bring more into the community to see this beautiful facility you're creating. Such an asset to our community. Thank you, folks, for tuning in to our member moment. Thank you, Olivia.
Thank you.